I'm Eric Kendzior, and this is the Kara GR2016. This is going to be our color technique, and so we've already done the haircut that you've already seen, and of course we blew her dry with open nozzle dryer just to get her nice and smooth, prepped for color. We're going to use our new Pop XG, which is launching September 1, 2016. We're going to use the colors emerald green, Kelly green, and yellow. The Pop XG formula for our emerald green is 2 ounces of the green with 2 ounces of the blue with 1/4 ounce of the midnight. The Kelly green that we see here, that's going to be 2 ounces of our green and 2 ounces of the blue Pop XG. And then we also have 2 ounces of the straight yellow Pop XG. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start right in our fringe line. Come in. I'm going to get a nice thin slice just to start with because it is a mannequin and they do have a tendency to stain very easily. So I like to work these front sections just very slowly, just so as not to paint her whole face. Get that out of the way. Saute. Okay. And what we're going to do here is we're going to start with our Kelly green right in the front. This is going to be our base color. And I'm going to come in and give her a little tap at the base. Trying to be extra cautious not to paint that forehead because obviously mannequins want a good, our mannequin or guests want a good experience. But I also don't want to paint the mannequin's face. So now I can drop that down. We are going to be alternating these colors, but this first section is going to, because it's so short, I'm going to primarily just make that the emerald green. Okay, and this way we can come in and tap. Kept it off of her face. Now I'm going to take a real thin section for my next little space here. Come back on this one. This is what I'm really going to love about the Pop XG is its versatility, because now I can come in here with this little section. Again, start with that emerald green over here on the side, just lifting my foil a little. Same thing over here, lift that foil. These are the clear little covers on the video, but I just can't seem to find those anywhere. Anyhow, so there we are. And then we're going to start alternating a little of the Kelly green with the midnight green. Okay, so now we can go ahead and drop our next section. And this part of our formula is not going to alter. The front section is going to be all green. So again, the emerald green at the base, very gently, and to make sure to just paint the fringe line. We're not looking to paint the model's face, so to speak. Yeah, so once we get that nice and clean in there, then we're going to come in here and again apply the Kelly green on the end. And again, we're working in very small sections, just also to make sure we get that nice, thorough, even saturation with the Pop XG. There we are. Little section here. Okay, and it looks like there could be a little bit of a fringe underneath here, which there is. Let's just go ahead and drop that out now. Re-secure the foil down. Again, the emerald green at the bottom. Emerald green makes me think we're going to go to the Wizard of Oz. Ha ha. Alright, there we go. Very nice. I'm going to come on in over here real quick and do a little detail work on the side here as well, so as not to paint that face. Very cautious here. Mary does a really nice job on the video. And again, Kelly green at the bottom, emerald green at the top. Kelly green at the bottom. And of course we're working back towards the back of the fringe line here. Now that we get a little farther in, of course, it'll be a little easier to work with. that emerald green is going to be our base all over the head eventually. So if a little touches the back while you're doing this kind of technique, as long as the same base color is going to be everywhere, not too much to worry about, because you're just going to blend those colors together. Okay, and then here we go. Last little section, and then we'll start in the back area. Go again, that emerald green at the base. Very nice. And now let's go ahead and take our Kelly green. Making sure we get that nice and thoroughly saturated on there. Here comes our last section for the fringe line. Here we are. Again, emerald at the base. The Kelly green on the ends. Okay, here we go. Very nice. Now that we've got this together, I'm gonna just secure that out of the way. This way also. If we had our little clear plastic face shield, that'd be beautiful, but we don't, so we're gonna improvise. Just use a little foil. This is a real guest. We wanna fold that up out of her life so she could actually see what's going on, so she could be reading a little magazine or something. Whoops. A little bit of color on my finger. Okay, now we're going to start in the back. Simply going to ask my guests to look down for me, just for ease of application. Okay, and again, here we go. We're going to want to be alternating these colors. We're going to start at the bottom. Go down just a bit more. Again, emerald green, real gentle at the bottom, so as not to paint her whole neck. Yeah, so we want the guests to be sure to have a better experience at the salon than what they could have at home, hopefully, or in aisle 5. Oh, if they're hopefully not shopping for themselves at home. Let's get a nice little piece of foil up there on that hairline so we can then drop, holding that in place. I'm going to secure one side, and then I'll come back and get the other side on the foil as well. I'll just get that tucked a bit tighter. There we go. Now, okay, so here, this base where it's a little bit shorter, we're going to continue on with the color cycle we've already been working. Once we get a little more length to work with, then we will start blending in the yellow. Okay, so there's our first section. Go ahead and cover that. Drop down my next section. Using my little chopstick here. Fortunately, of course, when I got ready to make this, all my regular pro sticks were, of course, well, I broke the last one I had. So I had to revert back to my wooden chopstick. Okay, there we are. Here we go. Again, painting from the side. Make sure we don't miss any spots there, because mannequins do have a side of their neck. Okay. Emerald green. And now Kelly. Okay. Do our next section. So this length here is probably where we'll be able to start working in our yellow. Again, we're going to drop that out. That's secured back in there, out of our way. Here we come again with our foil. Just making sure not to have color all over. So again, emerald green. Then what we're going to do, emerald. Now let's do a little of our Kelly. And finish her off with yellow. Now that we've brought our yellow into play, what we want to do is alternate. So if you're working with foils, you're going to need to, of course, pay close attention, because This way we'll remember to put the yellow where the Kelly green is in the next section and put the Kelly green where the yellow's at. Okay, again, drop our section out, drop down. Incidentally, there's no developer with PopXG. It's just a nice straight up semi-permanent formula. There we go. Okay. Again, leave our foil up. Make sure it's nice and flush. Start with our Kelly green. Color a little of the underneath. Make sure we get it good and nice and saturated. Drop it down. Comb that in. Now, remember, we're going to alternate. So we're going to move in some of our yellow here. That's also, again, like I mentioned in the beginning, what I really like about this color is it can just live right on top of itself, which really gives you unlimited artistic versatility. Here we come in with our next one. And again, drop that section down. And you want to stay working in nice, compact, small, clean sections. Okay. Again, here we go. Got our foil in there. Coming up on the side. Making sure to paint the underneath. Don't want any holidays or weekends in there. Now we can come back down to this area. And emerald green. Now our last one was yellow first, so this one's going to be our Kelly green first. And then yellow. And we're looking like we might mix ourselves a bit more of the Kelly green. Looks like we're going to have plenty of emerald green. The other one, maybe not quite enough. Might need a little more for this model Manny. Okay, here we go. So in a wider section like this, we've got a nice piece of foil that'll help protect us everywhere. But I'm going to come and work on just the one side first, just so that way we're not over directing the hair too much one way or the other, because then you have a tendency to miss spots. So then I'll come over here and we'll get this side worked up a little here. This side moving. Go. Oops, oops, oops. Don't trip over your guest's leg, even if it's a skinny one, just like that. Okay, and now I'm thinking, if I remember right, we're going to do yellow next. Again, alternating these as we come down the hair on our pre-lightened, and then Kelly green at the bottom. Really makes for a nice blend of all these colors together. Of course, as we get closer to the top again, what we're going to end up doing is we'll end up going back to that single pattern that we started on the very bottom, the single pattern of just the Kelly green with the emerald green. Because again, we'll start to run out of color there, or run out of hair rather, not color. Come all the way over. That. Again, working in those small sections, make sure we get nice and saturated. Now we should have Kelly green. I'm going to do this section a lot more yellow. We haven't had really an opportunity to bring a lot of the yellow in yet. So this will allow us to bring a little more of the yellow. Kind of wanted to work on like a third of each of the sections. There we are. Very nice, very nice. There we go, we're coming back to the top. Using that chopstick to secure. Again, I'm going to work on those sides first, making sure to get them nice and saturated. And so really, of course, you know, you could do this with any color of ours that you might want to work with. We're featuring Pop XG here, but we could certainly do something similar with Shines XG. You could do something similar with Paul Mitchell the Color. You could do something similar with Color XG, which I think really also demonstrates how we've really grown as a color company and the things that we can offer now, especially with the launching of XG and whatnot, because we really changed the world up at that point. And just coming back in to make sure we don't get some nice even saturation, because we don't want any holiday weekends in there. Okay. We're straight across now because we're getting to the top. Got it separated out. Get my foil up. Get underneath first. Make sure we get that good saturation on the hair. Put our foil down, or whatever you're using to separate. You could use cellophane, although I find that very hard to work with. Little clear plastic shields I think work the best, or foil. And this one, of course, the yellow was the middle on the last one. So we'll make our Kelly green, this one. And then this one, because we really have some length to play with here, again, I'm going to bring a lot of that yellow in. This way we can see more of it. Okay. Go. Nice foil. Section. No cheating. No. Sometimes the most simple things in the world can seem like they're very difficult. Okay, and we're just about to a place where we want to change our body position, because as you can see, my model is getting taller and taller, or as I'm working up her head, of course. Okay, and just making sure we get nice saturation. Uh-oh, oopsie. That's okay. That's what we always keep a clean one for. This way we've got it nice and handy right here for us, so we don't have to worry about using something that we shouldn't be using on our guests. No 5-second rules. Okay, and I'm going to move my guest down just a little bit now, so I can keep my body position good. Move along here, just about to the top. When we come to the top, we're going to be just working in vertical back diagonal sections. Okay, again, our emerald on the bottom for Kara. Then that's 2 ounces of the blue, 2 ounces, clean brush right here. Perfect. There we go. And then finish off yellow. We might have to take a trip to the color bar. Resaturate here a little bit. And now that we're to the top, just for the sake of ease and work, let's take that down, drop that. Again, emerald. Then we got the yellow. Do a little bit bigger yellow section here so we can be sure to bring enough of that in. And then our Kelly green on the bottom. There we go. We're just about to the top. So let's go ahead and break this. See? We can see an foil if you look. There we go. Yellow. There we go. Now we've got the end, right? Sometimes those folks will ask why we're using all this separation and whatnot, but not only do we need to keep these colors kind of separate so they're not laying on top of each other so they don't pixelate or speckle each other. Yeah, we're going to have to make a little bit more Kelly green. We'll also use the separation just to keep a nice, clean color formation. Top. Nice little section here. Emerald. And then more of the Kelly green. I'm just going to pull those up, double check my base application. Okay, and right over here, what we're going to do is, of course, colorist, I'm going to grab my scale and my color real quick. Hold that thought 1 second. Yellow.